This is the week of December 21st, 2015. And Merry Christmas, everybody! On Monday, December 21st, 2015, Western Reserve News was at the Lordstown Village Council meeting. On Tuesday, December 22nd, 2015, Western Reserve News was at the Lexington Township meeting. This was the last meeting of Lexington Township for the year of 2015. And prior to the meeting, Trustee Jim Matthews and Fiscal Officer Jill Fisher were sworn in by Alliance Municipal Court Judge Andy Zumbar. Kathleen Purdy appeared before Lexington Township asking for support to get a seat on the Ohio School Board.
My name is Kathleen Purdy. I'm a resident, pretty much a life resident of Lexington Elementary. Want to stop in just to introduce myself. We have two children, Roland and Purdy, and I raised two children that graduated from Arlington. And last year I was running for the state school board and for District 8, and that includes all of Stark County except for Ward 6 in Massillon. And I'm back again asking for your support, and I'm collecting 100 signatures to get on the ballot. There is a vacancy. Last year I talked to them. I was afraid our children would be shortchanged by career politicians, and after 6 months, our career politician resigned and accepted a job out of state. I promise I won't leave you, and I'm not going out of state. I'm here until the end. So Merry Christmas to you. Congratulations to those of you who were just sworn in. And I do read the paper, and you're doing an excellent job for the citizens here.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for coming out.
Yes, thank you.
Lexington Township gets to keep demolition abatements.
Next item on the agenda is to talk about the abatement of demolition assessments for the Joan Kirksey parcel. And I understand from the fiscal officer that Ms. Kirksey has made her payments pursuant to the agreement we previously reached with her, right?
That's right. She paid the last one on the 18th and both have been positive.
And Ken tells us, which is a nice bit of news, that because this was part of our assessment, we can keep the money and don't need to distribute it through the county auditor or treasurer.
That's correct.
Okay. Based upon that, I'll move that we adopt a resolution to decertify the special assessment against parcel number 2900300, lot number 11, pursuant to a written resolution and consistent with our agreement with the current property owner. Having received, what did we receive on that? $1,500.
Second.
Yes, great.
And I did put that in for the side lot, Jim.
Okay.
So,
And under the agreement, of course, that's separate, but she does need to pursue it.
so we've already started the paperwork, so.
Very good. Ken, thanks for preparing that resolution, too. It makes it easy to wrap this up. Sure.
On Monday, December 21st, 2015, Western Reserve News was at the Lordstown Village Council meeting. At the Lordstown Village Council meeting, emphasis and explanation by the village solicitor on ordinances regarding clean water and water treatment for the Clean Energy Future Lordstown LLC.
The first several pieces of legislation says they're from the Utility Committee, but I believe that should be council as a whole because the Utility Committee has not met on that. And they're pertaining to water contracts for the Lordstown Energy Center, sewer contracts, Lordstown Energy Center, contractual services with CT Consultants, and contracts with the water for Niles and for City of Warren. And as I read the preamble, then I'll let the solicitor explain what all the different ordinances are. My my opinion, there's two ways we could go. I'd like to see them passed this evening. Most of the stuff council is aware of. If it's not passed, I think we should send it back to committee until it comes back out, because we have to get these passed sooner than later. And at the next meeting, if somebody says, well, there's a change here, it won't get passed, and we'll just be going back and forth and back and forth. So the first one, everybody wants to change that from council as a whole, all these. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and clerk to enter into an agreement for wastewater treatment between the Village of Lordstown and the City of Warren to treat wastewater from Clean Energy Future Lordstown LLC through the village sanitary sewer system situated within the Village of Lordstown and declaring an emergency.
From council as a whole for emergency passage. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and clerk to enter into an agreement for wastewater treatment between the Village of Lordstown and the City of Warren to treat wastewater from Clean Energy Future Lordstown LLC to the Village of sanitary sewer system situated within the Village of Lordstown and declaring an emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Yes, I'd like to, just for the record, make sure that our solicitor is in agreement that these pieces of legislation are what we have discussed in previous meetings, and they are what we should be passing tonight.
Yes, and a bill will receive clean copies tomorrow with all of the amendments that you agreed to this
We
evening.
need to make motions for those.
No, you did it in,
We did it under
yes,
topic?
because these had never gone to first reading.
Okay, all right.
Paul,
very good.
there's just a couple of twisted in words or something in there. You were saying something that this could be...
Yeah, the ordinance will not change, and if there is non-substantive, if there was a typo or misspelling or citing a code section or something that was an error, we could make those non-substantive changes in the agreement before they're signed. But if there was a substantive change, we would bring it back to you to be amended.
Okay, I'll entertain any motions.
Make a motion, we suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules by Jones, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Shealy. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes?
Mr. Radcliffe?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Radka, second Shealy. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radcliffe?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes?
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt ordinance 65, 2015. Next, please.
From council as a whole for emergency passage. An ordinance authorizing the Village of Lordstown to enter into a water supply agreement with the City of Niles for Clean Energy Future Lordstown LLC and declare an emergency.
Comments or motions?
Move to suspend the rules.
Move to suspend the rules by Mansell, second.
Second.
Second by Reader. Roll call, please.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes?
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radcliffe?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Shealy, second.
Second.
Second by Radka. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Radcliffe?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes?
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt ordinance 66, 2015.
Council as a whole for emergency passage. An ordinance authorizing the Village of Lordstown to enter into a water supply agreement with the City of Warren in connection with the Lordstown Energy Center project and declare an emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Motion to suspend.
Motion to suspend the rules by Jones, second.
Second.
Second by Radka. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes?
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Radcliffe?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Reader, second.
Second.
Second by Mansell. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Radcliffe?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes?
6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt ordinance 67, 2015. Next, please.
From council as a whole for emergency passage. An ordinance authorizing the Village of Lordstown to enter into a water service agreement with Clean Energy Future Lordstown LLC for the Lordstown Energy Center project and declare an emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Motion to suspend the rules?
Motion by Radka to suspend the rules, second. Second, Shealy. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Shealy, second.
Second.
Second by Jones. Comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt.
Lordstown Village Council agrees to purchase equipment to set up an exercise room in the high school.
An ordinance authorizing the Village of Lordstown to purchase exercise fitness equipment for Muscle Connection 1240 Boardman Poland Road, Poland, Ohio 44514, and declaring an emergency.
Comments or motions on this piece of legislation?
Motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules by Shealy. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mansell. Comments or roll call, please.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to suspend the rules. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved by Radka, second.
Second.
Second by Reader. Comments?
Yes, I would just like to make sure that this is going to be used in accordance with the hours of the rest of our rec program. That was discussed at our meeting, and I believe that's what the committee had agreed upon. Is that right, Howard?
Yep.
So that's the way, I don't think that we want to take any more liability on ourselves, and I don't think the school does either. So that's my reasoning for that.
Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
Mr. Reader?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Yes.
Mr. Radka?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carried to adopt.